How is someone supposed to live in a country that tells someone their appearance make them less than someone else?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today on trial we have the modern day justice system.
You see, not only do they judge people based on color, they also restrict them, deprive them, and tell them that they have to go to prison because they don't look like one another.
Are you purposely trying to take away a minority's ambition, or are you just a bunch of racist opinions in high position?
The justice system is just trying to make another form of enslavement. So ladies and gentlemen, the defendant cannot be acquitted, for this is the worst crime in history to ever be committed.
With this,
We conclude our opening statement. Now let's take a look at the facts. The United States has the highest rate of incarceration with about 2.3 million people, and African Americans make up 1 million of that total. Objection!
overruled. Some may argue that the justice system isn't racist and they're only putting away criminals. In fact, 1 in 17 white men will go to prison. 1 in 6 Latino men will go to prison, but 1 in 3 black men will experience the same fate. Did you also know that blacks will serve about as much jail time for a drug offense as whites will for a violent offense?
We see this as a black man may serve up to 58.7 months in prison for a drug offense, while whites may serve about 61.7 months for a violent offense.
Some may try to argue that the justice system is just putting away violent offenders, being that there has been an increase from 300,000 inmates in 1972 over 2.3 million in 2017. So to put that into perspective, the US had a 500 increase in the prison population, 500%, during the last 40 years. However, black men account for 6.5% of our nation's population, yet they make up 40.2% of our prison population. If that wasn't bad enough, approximately 60% of the prison population are people of color.
Statistically, black men are 2.3 times more likely to get arrested than a Caucasian man is. Oh, and while some may claim that law enforcement is unbiased, then explain the amount of stop and frisk conducted in New York in 2011. In fact, 52.9% of the stop and frisk conducted were blacks, 33.7% were Latinos, and 9.3% were whites.
If you thought that the problem was only for men, then you thought wrong. Black women has about 1 in 18 chance of incarceration, while 1 in 111 white women will suffer the same fate.
Prison ruins the future lives of those who are convicted of a crime. This is seen as there are over 50 million people that have been labeled as a felon and are now subject to legal discrimination. Furthermore, laws that authorize discrimination in employment, housing, education, and public benefits make it difficult, if not impossible, for former prisoners to find work. This not only makes life extremely difficult to get by, it also increases the likelihood that they will be arrested again.
With this evidence, I must ask, are you proud of what you've done? But most importantly, can you really say that you're helping the society, or are you just worsening it and placing the blames on blacks?
We are in need of people who are reasonable, honorable, and equitable. However, the underlying fact is that none of them should discriminate against someone else due to race.
Black, white, Asian, Latinos? The only thing that separates us is the pigments in our skin, nothing else. How can we still live in a country that discriminates another just because of their color?
And with this, ladies and gentlemen,
We rest our case.